Thank you for hanging out with us. It's your old pal Shram and Cashman. That's right. It's likely Wednesday. I mean, it's definitely Wednesday. You're going to hear this on Friday, but we're doing the thing and we're happy to be here. What's going on, Cashman? How are you?
Oh, it's it is October, man. We're now 8 days into it, and it's the holidays. Holidays are I can feel them coming, man. It's like everything's pumpkin and friggin' I'm looking for
Yeah.
candy.
I mean, some stores are already like swiping out the pumpkin stuff for Christmas stuff, so everything's moving too fast. It needs to slow down.
Yeah, it is. But beyond that, everything's great. I mean, it's like it's that time of year where you don't need heat nor cooling in your house, so it's just and, so the energy companies are probably, not very happy with you because you're not using either of their services, which I'm going to see how long I can go this year before I turn that heat on because it's like,
Yeah.
we're lucky. It's been like 80 a couple times recently, and it's going to be, I don't know, we're sitting about 660 or 70, or eight, low 80s last week. So I don't suspect it'll get much cooler, but yeah, I don't want to use any energy, save my money, for Christmas presents and things like that. But yeah, no, it's been a great week so far, man. I'm in it's I will say, and I'm jinxing myself, but it seems like the beginning of the year school rush is died down
Oh, that's good.
a month into the school year, but
Nice.
you know, um it's fun. I've started working nights every once in a while once again.
They don't give too much away. We haven't even gotten to our weeks
Oh
yet.
yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. So that's right. We got to hold off on that. But one thing I'm excited about is we have champs going on this weekend.
We do
Start.
have champs going on this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. We're always busy. I've got a lot going on. I'm off to a conference this weekend, so I did not book a guest. So, who are we going to have on the show, Cash?
I think we're going to have Spin from
From the Gatekeepers,
Gatekeepers.
huh?
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, we're
If
gonna.
not, we might run our interview with I think when we spoke to them, they said their name as in trauma question mark. So we're gonna run a gatekeeper interview because we love those folks and trauma was awesome and sent Cash and I really nice gifts this past year.
Yeah.
Spin is a good friend of the show who has been on multiple times. So either way, you're going to get a great interview. But it is the weekend of champs. We'll
Yeah.
also, after we get to our weeks, we'll hit some news. Really, we'll just touch on champs likely by the time we get done battling. But we'll give our predictions. We'll run through the first games and all that, and talk all things champs. Um, I'm gonna mention this to you, even though we're talking about it on the radio, which won't be seen until Friday. But if you grab a second, you should maybe post the link and mention to use our coupon code if people still need their champs tickets.
Okay, I will definitely do that. Uh,
Yeah, coupon code rocks. So yeah, I think even if you need like Saturday or Sunday tickets, you might still be able to use the coupon. So by the time you maybe hear this, if you are still maybe in the market for champs MRDA champs tickets this weekend in Oregon, there you go. You'll be able to use coupon code rocks and save a few shekels.
yes, definitely. And I mean, it's good. It's not cheap to get out there and back and do all this stuff. And
Oh no, it is definitely expensive. You are not wrong.
we should have probably sent an email to all the teams telling them they could have, saved money too if they used rocks. No, it wouldn't work, I guess, you
Yeah,
know.
I would not quite for like travel and stuff, but for their friends or family or anybody who might need tickets, it definitely would have.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, that's all right.
I've been seeing
It again.
I've been seeing on the social medias that people have been migrating there. A lot of our friends, have all been
Yeah.
migrating, you
Is
know.
there something going on in the skies today? Is there like travel technical difficulties or something like that?
There has been recently. I know that there definitely was last weekend where they had to like delay 3,000 flights because
Because people are already, questioning whether or not they're going to make it. So
yeah, well, our government did shut down because
you are not wrong.
we did not have a budget, and I think that may come into play in why some of these things are happening. So,
Yeah, could
yeah,
be, could be. Yeah, so but I don't know. There's a
Sorry,
lot we could say there, but let's just
sorry,
say that
sorry, world.
we're crossing our fingers and we're hoping that all of our friends make it safe and sound um, to Oregon.
Yes,
It is a long way, and a lot of people are traveling a long way, whether it's from overseas, whether it's from, the East Coast, whatever the case is, it is, not a small distance to travel. So,
definitely not.
speed, and I hope everybody's safe and they've, checked, or not checked, but their carry on is their gear. So, yeah, I don't know. With that being said, I think we should. Oh, well, let's talk about the weather. It's fall, like you said. We haven't turned on our heat. I usually try and go till November. It's a little bit harder with this little baby boy over here, so we might not make it till November anymore, but we'll see. I love it, but it has been a little bit chilly, I will say. So there's that. But yes, let's why don't we hop into our weeks?
Sure, I'll jump in.
Cool.
I already started, I guess. I didn't mean to, but
Oh, all good, brother.
I was going to say, there, really, we taped last week in the middle of the week.
We did.
And by the way, great interview. Showtime and Juke joined us
Yeah, that was a great interview.
from, the hosting team, Concussion. So I really thank them a lot for spreading the word on the socials as well,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
we
Thank you.
got a bunch of new likes. My phone was going crazy with a bunch of new likes, so we definitely appreciate them for spreading the word.
Yeah, and thank you, MRDA, for reposting that as well. But yeah, so that I mean, last weekend was pretty calm. I'm trying to think what was going on. I know that I had some. Oh yeah, yeah. It was Sunday. I know. I mean, Saturday was kind of like a rural kind of like cleanup. Do the things around the house kind of day thing.
Sure.
And I've been like in the last I don't know year or so trying to go out and help my brother. My brother had a stroke a few years ago, and
Yeah,
he's
you've been spending a lot of time out there.
yeah. I go out there and take him out shopping and stuff because he can't drive anymore. And my mom is 91 or going to be 91 soon. She can't drive either. So been being a good brother and good son, I guess, and going out
Yeah,
and doing,
absolutely.
doing stuff with them. And so that was Saturday. Sunday, of course, we went to the Hilton Apple Festival. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a great time.
Got to come home and watch my Commanders get a win over San
Yeah,
Diego Chargers, which was a lot of fun. I had to sit through, unfortunately, the Bills losing, and I think I kind of nodded off in the middle of it because it was a long day. We were
it
out in the
was a terribly
sun.
exciting game.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't. They weren't playing very strongly, and I will say that it was we were out in the sun for like 3 hours or whatever,
Yeah,
and
it was a warm day, man.
it tapped me a little bit. Yeah,
Terrible.
it was in the 80s,
No,
definitely.
I was beat by the time we got home.
Yeah, it so, but yeah, and that well, I didn't get much of a tan though because I think you don't tan that well in the in like fall or whatever.
Sure.
But
Yeah, you're not getting beat up by the sun, even though it was quite warm and quite sunny.
I still have like all these snacks I brought home with me too. It's like I brought
I've got some donuts left over from Kelly's, that's for sure.
yeah, there was definitely ate incredibly yummy foods and it was a good time. That was definitely a good time. This week has been good so far. Like I said, I think that my work is calming down a little bit, and this week we have so Superintendent's Day. So Friday I'm in charge of making sure all our auditoriums and slash, cafeterias that they do meetings and stuff and that the projectors and screens are working and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of neat. Next week, I worked a night this past week. We had open house on Monday. Yeah, and I had to. They ask me every year to record these college application seminars they do,
Right.
so they can post them for people who couldn't be there. And I did end up doing that on Monday, which was a lot of fun. I mean, fun relatively. I mean,
Sure, yeah, it's better than a sharp stick in the eye.
no, that's true. And now, like I said, we're approaching the weekend. I'm really hoping I can get out and maybe cut my lawn. I mean, it doesn't really need it. We haven't had much rain. We did get some rain yesterday, but we haven't had much rain. I don't know since May. And so nothing really grows a lot, but
Yeah.
except for the weeds, they come up higher in the grass. So I got to go in and chop them up, maybe mulch some leaves while I'm doing it this weekend. But I'm a very rural type of, or very I don't know,
Domestic.
domestic home style kind of guy, at least for this weekend coming up. So, and I get Monday off because it's Indigenous.
Indigenous Peoples Day, I believe, right?
It is. So, super excited about that.
Yeah, who doesn't love a day off?
And the Buffalo Bills are playing Monday night.
Are they?
They're playing, yeah, the Atlanta Falcons.
Sure. Nice. Another primetime game.
Yeah, I know that's a bad thing
Crazy
about.
with all these primetime games. I'm not gonna lie. I get so
Oh,
sleepy.
yeah, it's like the success breeds these games to be on, national TV, and so they're always on at night, and it's like, football's football. It's fun. We're still in the beginning of the season. We're only, I think, one-fourth of the way through it.
Yeah, we still got, you know, 13 games or something like that.
Yeah.
12
So,
games left.
yep. So, so it's a lot of fun, but that's about it for my week. I can't think of anything else besides I know this weekend that even though I'm being the domesticated kind of guy, I'm going to be watching the MRDA's YouTube channel and watching as
Sure.
much of the play of the champs that are going on in Salem this weekend as I can. We
Yeah,
are,
most definitely.
yeah, we are 3 hours ahead of them. So I got to give them a lot of credit. If you go to the MRDA Facebook page, they have every time zone and the schedule, what the schedules look like for every time zone.
That's nice. That's pretty cool. Good for them. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think they did a great job because I mean, some of these teams, like you said, are coming from Europe, coming from outside the United States. So,
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
so
there's a lot of time zones represented. So
yeah, so that I think that's pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to this weekend, and we're gonna make our predictions. So don't run away because we're before we get done with this thing, uh,
yeah, we will definitely touch on that.
we're gonna break it down like DX does. Break it down. Okay. How about you? Yeah.
No, everything's good. Lots of stuff going on. As you had mentioned, we recorded because last Friday and Saturday I had to work a couple of shows at the Montage. Friday's show was pretty darn cool, I will say. The band is Archers was like the headliner. Um, I don't know, it's like metal-ish, very like melodic metal. Pretty cool stuff though. Um, yeah, I don't know. I like the shows there. They're local at least, so I'm not driving an hour away to go work a concert just to drive home at midnight or whatever the case is. So I enjoy my shows at Montage most of the time. Um, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a terribly like exciting, nothing terribly exciting or crazy happened. We ran some errands on Saturday before I had to work. So we did that. I will say, it's been a rough sports week for me. The Bills lost. They had the opportunity to be the only undefeated team left, but they're 4-1 now, I believe it is. So, that's all right. We're still doing great. We're still up there on the leaderboard. So it's no problem at all. You can't win them all. And we've always had a tough time with the Patriots, even in the Josh Allen era or whatever the case is. So it's not shocking, quite honestly. I will say I feel that like you said they're going to play the Falcons. I think the Falcons are about to get trounced though.
Yeah.
They're like a pretty bad team, and I don't think the Bills are going to come out and play a bad game, two bad games. So we'll see how it goes. The Cubs, it's been a couple of rough games for them too. They did manage to avoid being swept today against the Brewers by winning one just barely. It was 4-3, and they only scored any runs in the first inning, which is tough. Most of their production has come in the very early ends of the games that they've been playing. They were lucky enough to make it out of the wild card, which they did, but yeah, just a lot, and they're getting their butts kicked. The Brewers are, for being a small market team, they are just kicking butt right now. So, and I mean, it's been a pretty rough collapse for the Cubs overall. They spent literally like 90% of the season in first place. I mean, and even at some points, first place in the whole MLB, which is pretty wild. just for them to, fall short and end up in the wild card. So, yeah, it's just rough for the teams that I'm a fan of. It sounds like the Sabres have goalie trouble ahead of the season. I don't know when they started. It was either yesterday or today, I believe. So I don't know how that turned out, but it's not great. Um, you did mention that we went to the Apple Fest. That was pretty cool. You and I had both mentioned it had been like a million years since we had been out that way or done the Apple Fest, but that was something that we did relatively regularly as a kid because I grew up in Hamlin, which is the next town just over west a little bit. So Hilton is very close. I am really enjoying doing these like little things with Jennifer and Anderson. It's a lot of fun. Um, these like free things that you can go and just like kill an hour or two, even just walk around, get some food if you want to. But it's like all the stuff that you do as a kid, then you probably get to be like kind of too cool for it when you're a late teen into your 20s and stuff like that. But it's stuff that like now that's like what I'm having the most fun doing is these little things with my family. So I am really loving that kind of stuff. We went to Kelly's, which is like a farm after that, and checked out some um, food and snacks and pumpkins and stuff like you had mentioned. Took some fun pictures real quick. But yeah, we were beat after that. Um,
That sun that was beating down on us,
it was
man.
a warm day for being October, man. Let me tell you what, it was a really warm day. It was like 85 or something. It was
Yeah.
wild. Good day overall, though. Good weekend overall. Um, I will say I am off to Kalamazoo, Michigan tomorrow morning, and I am honestly not excited. It's going to be like 2 days away from the house, away from the family. This will be the longest that I've gone without seeing Anderson. It's going to suck. I'm not going to lie. So it's going to be a tough one for me. I do love that like work is just sending me kind of on my own to go like handle this conference and go set up a table and do that trade show kind of stuff. But it'll definitely be a bummer because I will not be home. So yeah, I'm glad again that they're like trusting me. I'm glad they're sending me, but it sucks, and I'm gonna miss my family. So that's what I'm doing this weekend. It does sound like my mom might join me, which is kind of cool. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's only a few hours from Illinois, so
I remember when I was going there for the K-Town Shakedown that it was like I was like 100 miles from Chicago, and then you just take a right turn and go north.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and it's annoying because there's no direct flight, so it's like a 5.5 hour flight, but it's like 7.5 hours if you drive, and then you have your car, and you can be a little bit more comfortable and so on. And I'm not like tied to the airlines, and yeah, so I don't know. There's pros and cons of driving, but I'm just mostly really not looking forward to going at all. So that is what my weekend looks like, and that is mostly why we are recording now. So why don't we go ahead? Why don't we do we want to hit a break and come back and do some predictions, or do we just want to roll into predictions? What do you think?
Oh, let's just roll into them. We'll
All
see.
right, sounds great. So we've got the MRDA champs coming up this weekend, the 10th through the 12th. You can check it out if you go to concussionrollerderby.com. You can get your tickets, use coupon code ROCKS for any of the days. You can also, check out their YouTube channel where you'll be able to see the stream and more. But we are going to kind of give some predictions, Cash. So why don't you, I believe you have it pulled up over there. Why don't you tell us like
I
what
do.
the what are the first round matchups?
First game, game number one is starts at Friday at 2 p.m. Uh,
Mm,
let me make sure this is the EST version. I'm guessing it is. So, yes, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So, and the first game is Race City Rebels versus Disorder. Um, Race City Rebels did go to the NAQs, I believe. That I can't remember. Yeah, they did. They were an NAQ team that made it through. So, uh,
What does it give the rankings
Yes, Race City Rebels are the. This is based on how many
or
teams are.
the seeding rather?
Yeah, the seeding. So they're the eighth seed. Disorder's the ninth seed.
Okay.
And I've seen Race City play this year already. I've
Yeah,
seen, I've not seen Disorder. I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna make a bold prediction. The winner of this gets Toulouse, okay? So, and that's the number one seeded team. So, and that they also play them Friday as well. So
oof.
the winner of this game one will play game four against Toulouse 8 p.m. Friday night. So, and it's Eastern time, folks. So whatever it is, wherever you are, it's 3 hours in the West Coast, so it's five there. But I'm going to go with Race City winning this one, maybe because I haven't seen enough of Disorder.
Sure. I'm going to say if Disorder can bring 15 people, I think they will surprise some folks. But I don't know if how many people they're traveling. So, um, I'm, I'll say race two, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say I did not see the rosters, so I believe
Right.
they did post them. So and then okay, so next game this would be Eastern time, Friday 4 o'clock, game number two, number seven Nantes roller derby Nantes from France. Uh,
Right.
taking on Puget Sound, number 10 seed. So they're the 10th seed. Nantes is the seventh seed. I know that France had some very, very competitive teams this year. I remember they had the French championship.
Yeah.
And Puget Sound is no one to shake a stick at, though. I mean,
Sure. I'm
uh,
just going to say based on travel and proximity, I think Puget Sound's going to take this one.
okay, I think that I'm going to go with Nantes, okay, just because I remember when they had the French championships and they had all the teams playing each other, and there was some real high quality roller derby on there. So,
Sure.
but that the winner of that team of this game, game number two, goes to play number five, game five, which is Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern time against the St. Louis Gatekeepers. So,
Mm,
okay, and then the last game of the first round, or I guess these are the play-in games, sort of. They're the ones.
right. You got to win to move on, sort of thing.
Next one, okay, so this one starts at Friday at 6 p.m. Game number three, Magic City Misfits and the Dallas Derby Devils. Uh, I'll throw out my thoughts on this. Dallas Derby Devils did come out of NAQs, I know that, and they did very, very well. Magic City Misfits went to the championship game last year. They're the fourth seed or sorry, the sixth seed in the tournament. Dallas is the 11th. So I'm gonna go with Magic City just because
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
every time you count Magic City down, they show up. So it's like and they're what they get to play the first game on Saturday against Concussions, whoever wins that bracket. So I'm gonna go with Magic City. What do you think?
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, so Magic's, listen, maybe it will be surprised. Dallas has surprised us all year, so it's like, like I said, you can't count out Magic City. They went to the final game last year, and many of these same teams were in here. So let me go to Saturday. Okay, so then we have so that's game three on Friday. Game four on Friday will be roller derby Toulouse versus the winner of game one. We both picked Race City to win that game. So it would be Toulouse versus Race City, and Toulouse is the number one seed team.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with Toulouse on that one. It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, me too. I mean, they're not number one for nothing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's a reason that they're above the gatekeepers. Okay. Uh, game number oh, wait a second. Okay, so this is the last game on Friday, game number five. St. Louis Gatekeepers, number two seed, versus who we picked. You picked Puget Sound. I
That's
picked
slightly
no.
differently there. Yeah, that's all right. Why don't you just rock with yours? That's okay.
Well, I'm gonna say we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go with St. Louis anyways. It's hard to I mean,
Yeah, I mean St. Louis is I'm riding St. Louis to the finals for
me
sure.
too, me too, me too. I hate to admit it, but until someone can not beat them, or beat them and not let them go there, then they're my team. They're still the champs. They're defending champs.
Definitely.
Okay, so we moved on to Saturday. Saturday we have game number 7 or game number 6, which is concussion versus, and we both picked Magic City. Concussion, the third seeded team, and well deserved,
Yeah.
and also the host. And they're taking on the Magic City. We both picked Magic City on that one.
I'll take concussion moving forward that on that one.
That's a tough one. You know, it's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to probably be one of the better games of the weekend. Especially if, the third and the fourth place team are facing off. Basically, it's just real close,
Yeah.
and the level of competition is just really close there.
So the next game on Saturday is game number 7. This is the first game for both these teams. It's Tyne and Fear, no, fourth seed, taking on Denver Ground Control, the fifth seed. That's a tough one.
Again, yeah, I mean, I think it's all dependent on how they travel and who they travel with. Denver's got what, Mr. T and Grim or Grime, Optimus Grime. There you go,
He's new. Yeah, he's new with
and
them this year. Yeah.
and Sally and Denver. They can be just unbelievable. So we'll see how that shakes out.
And I think they may have played each other last year in the tournament. I remember, uh, well, Denver went up to finish third, I think, last year. And I think they lost to the Gatekeepers, and then the Gatekeepers beat Magic City. So, but yeah, I'm going with Denver too. It's hard. That's hard. It's hard not to. So we got after that on Saturday. So that was game 7. Then there's the consolation games that'll be going on. I'm going to kind of skip over
Yeah,
them and go
I was
just,
going to say let's skip those.
yeah. So the next game on Saturday, there's 2 games on. So we're breaking it down to the last 4 teams now, and
Yeah,
we've got game number 10, which would be the Gatekeepers we both picked, going against. Actually, we both picked Concussion. So we got Gatekeepers and Concussion.
yeah.
This is
Like I
the
said, I'm going
semifinal.
to ride the Gatekeepers pretty much to the finals.
Okay, Gatekeepers. I'm going to do it too. And listen, no disrespect, Concussion.
No, that's what do you do? Hey, you won a tough game. Now you get to play the best team in the world.
Yeah. And then the next game is Toulouse. We both picked Toulouse, and both of us picked Denver to beat Tyne and Fear. So it's Toulouse and Denver in game number
Okay.
11.
Yeah, I'm going to take Toulouse.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with Denver. I think, but I mean
Yeah,
it's
I think that after the Gatekeepers, I'm going to say I think the Gatekeepers are going to win, quite honestly. I think where we're going to have the toughest time is those like second, third, and fourth place teams, really. Uh, that's going to be, a lot of closer competition.
well, I
Um,
mean like the losers of a lot of those games, like for instance, the team that like Concussion, they'd be going for the third place against.
yeah,
If you took Toulouse, it'd be against Denver then. So that would be like
yeah,
a third place team. But then we both, but we have Toulouse versus the Gatekeepers in the final, and yeah, it's hard to pick. I'm like I said, I listen. I'm not being biased or anything, but the Gatekeepers now have 6 straight world championships.
yeah. And I mean, last year they proved they can do it without some of their like superstars or whatever, you know what I mean? They did it without Magnum. They did it without, Bled. They did it without, X, Y, and Z. Not to say that the folks that are holding it down don't deserve a ton of credit because, they all kind of start as beekeepers and work their way up. So, yeah, they're just an unbelievable squad. And I just don't know when somebody is going to regularly beat them.
Yeah, it will be the upset of the year when it does happen because
Certainly.
it hasn't happened in the playoffs
No,
so
not in the playoffs, at least, right? In the last
6 years or
10 years almost now, if you're going back as far as, like 2016 even, I don't really think they've lost a whole lot of games literally the one that they lost was at what ECDX. It was just a regular season game basically. So
Yeah, and they
it's
lost two
not
players.
impossible.
They had two injuries in that game that took two players out too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, know what, and listen, I mean, I'm rooting for everybody, and
Of course.
I don't think these are going to be blowouts. I think they're going to be tight
No,
games.
I think it's going to be a lot of really close games. I think there might be, a couple once you get into, maybe like some of the feel good games and stuff like that. Yeah, the consolation
Yeah,
games and things like that. But it is what it is. When you travel that far, like you're not going to just play one game and get eliminated in the first round and then sit out for the weekend or whatever. So
definitely, definitely. So
yeah, I think some of those games are going to be exciting, but I also feel that there is the potential for a blowout. So we'll see how it goes.
we will. I wrote them all down, so I got them all written here. What we said. So when we come back next week, and either we eat crow or we pat ourselves on the backs.
Sure.
But
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's going to be Gatekeepers, Toulouse, Denver, Concussion, Magic City. I don't know if that's possible, but I think that's going to be the like top five.
that I think that's a. I mean, that looks like almost how the rankings are, anyways. So I
Yeah,
mean,
and I think that'll shake out once we get through champs. So we'll see how it does in fact shake out.
awesome. We're super excited for this weekend. So
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's going to be a great derby to watch. So make sure you definitely check it out. A lot of
yeah,
these players have worked very hard for this, and coaches, the officials, the announcers, everybody's worked really hard for it, and getting to be there is awesome. So I hope they all have a blast.
I can't wait to hear my announcer friends all weekend. And if you go, it's MRDA's YouTube page that you're going to be able to see all of the games.
Nice,
So you
nice,
definitely don't
very
want to
cool.
miss that. And we have an advantage. We're 3 hours earlier, so that means everything's a little bit later, which is good because
Right? Yeah, yeah.
so like some of these games are
You
taking
can
place.
catch it at some reasonable times. It'll be two there, but it's like five here, which is great.
Yeah, they have like one that's here 10 o'clock here, so it's like that's awful late to
That
come.
part does kind of suck, but hey,
Yeah,
it's all good.
very cool. That's it, folks. Why don't we get out of here?
Awesome.
And
Make sure you stick around. We're going to play an interview. Um, and go check out Champs this weekend. Some of the best derby you're ever going to see. So thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging out with us. Whether you listen live on 106.3 WRFC, whether you hang out with us on Facebook.com/Derby Rocks, or you pick us up wherever you get your favorite podcasts, we love and appreciate you. We'll see you next week.